scene, and we're live. Welcome back, everybody. Happy Memorial Day to the Americans out there.
Yeah.
Did you do anything for Memorial Day weekend?
Yeah, I worked
Nice.
all weekend long.
Do you get well, you probably don't get, you get extra paid a day.
Today, yeah.
What, an hour or a time and a half?
Time and a half. So
bad.
I stayed an extra 20 minutes. And part of it was not my fault.
Mm.
But then I'm like, well, I'm already here an extra 10 minutes. I might as well stay an extra more.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Got an interesting show. It wasn't a very exciting week of horror.
It was okay.
Almost exclusively gaming news.
Yeah. I'll take it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, not all of it positive.
Oh.
Not mostly positive. It's been a mostly positive week, but of course, TCM is still a thing.
Yep.
We'll talk about it. By the way, I joked on Make Every Death Count that I was going to read Chris Kyle's American Sniper for Memorial Day. I did, actually. That's what I literally did this weekend.
Do you know what I've been doing this in my limited free time? Watching Designated Survivor.
What is that?
It's a show where you know the Designated Survivor.
Yeah.
In America. Basically, State of the Union, bomb blows up Congress, everyone dead. President, vice president, everyone. And like the Secretary of Internal Traffic or some shit becomes the president.
Next president, yeah.
And going through there, it's a drama. I'm hooked, dude. I don't really like real life politics, but these political dramas, they're good.
Yeah, well, what about Chucky season 3?
Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh, okay.
Is the president.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you watch?
No.
You didn't watch any of the Fear Street films?
No, not yet.
Unbelievable. I watched all 4 of them last night.
I was sleeping.
You should have went to movie night. You would have seen.
What time did
movie
movie night start?
7.
I was in bed.
Technically 7:05.
Oh, definitely in bed.
I was fashionably late.
Definitely in bed. I'll watch them this week.
The Josh meme continues today. Yesterday, everyone was just running with the Josh memes during the Dead by Daylight stream. That Josh, like if Jason was named Josh, how much different the world would be. If Jason was named Josh, like he was originally scripted as, would we look at the name Jason the way we look at the name Josh? That it just sounds stupid.
Yeah.
Do you think so? Because I don't know if Josh ever would have worked the same way as Jason.
Josh. Jason.
Like imagine, you know the Freddy vs. Jason trailer? And it's the one dude's voice. It's like, Freddy versus Jason. Place your bets, you know?
No.
Imagine Freddy versus Josh. It doesn't hit, man.
I don't know. That's tough. Jason seems more menacing than Josh.
Yeah, well, that's why they changed it, right? But
yeah. Like Josh Peck? Who? I beat him up.
Yeah, but what about like Josh? There's got to be a tough
Jason
Josh.
Bourne. Josh Nichols
from
Drake and Josh.
Why can't I think of a single UFC fighter named Josh?
Because there aren't any.
A lot of Johns. John Jones. Ducking Jones.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Savini Josh.
Yeah, Josh X. You know, like it just doesn't. Uber Josh. It doesn't work.
That, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, you just don't know. We'd have to rewind 45 years of history.
I think we got some time. Let's do it.
Yeah, well, according to the video I watched right before the stream started, the world ended in 2020, and we are officially in a simulation. None of this is real.
I don't know how that works, but...
Yeah, it said that the last, like, regular day of humanity was September 9th, 2020. Why that day? I do not know.
Like, did everyone die of COVID on that day or something?
Something like that. I don't know. Oh, Josh Thompson. There you go. There's a badass.
Who?
Oh. Okay. Let's jump in to our topics today. Not a ton to talk about. We'll have fun doing it. I wanted to start off with a little patch review. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, little patch review. It was a patch.
Yeah.
The thing, it's one of those patches where it's like a lot of good things are in the notes. Some worked, some didn't. But at the end of the day, the gameplay is damn near exactly the same. I will say the Nancy traps bug, that does not appear to be very consistent.
Okay.
So it's not every single game you're seeing Nancy's traps through walls.
It's the loud minority.
Yeah. However, poison claws and that bug, where if you hit a victim with poison claws and they get highlighted for family, that does appear to be consistent.
Oh, okay.
So that perk, already goated, is even more goated. But well hits still don't work. I was really hoping they would nip that in the bud before they set off into the sunset. Sunset Towers. I saw someone yesterday say Slack Towers instead of Black Towers, and I was like, that's good. I like that one. Slack Towers.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So some of the things work. A lot of the perk changes are all perks I never really use, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
They have yet to adjust, again, prioritizing obstacles and crawl spaces over grabbing items. So that was noticeable still. Yeah. At the end of the day, the game, pretty much a patch that you wouldn't even notice the difference other than some things breaking here and there.
Right.
And are they going to go in and fix those things? Doubt it.
I don't know if it's another like loud minority or if it is a majority of people saying that hacking is getting crazy popular.
Yeah. Hacking, and you're going to start seeing more and more mods pop up, which who gives a shit, in my opinion. The hackers, especially the subtle hackers, get bent, go outside. Good grief. Stop. But the amount of mods you're seeing pop up that are like new game modes and custom things like that, I'm all for those. I'm rooting for those. I think it's going to be what keeps the game alive in peer-to-peer, because peer-to-peer is going to suck. It's going to be brutal. And then I guess some updates as well on peer-to-peer and what Andy has talked about. The goal is to keep crossplay alive in peer-to-peer. They have a lot of goals they haven't hit.
A lot of things fell out of scope.
Yeah, a lot of things fell out of scope. I'm telling you, I know if you go look at Black Tower's website, one of the things that they prioritize is peer-to-peer matchmaking and having that function properly. Well, maybe that's their specialty.
How can you do that with crossplay?
It is technically possible.
It's
I just
rare,
can't. Yeah,
dude.
I can't imagine it actually functioning very well.
Like Google AI says, take that with a grain of salt. But it is absolutely possible, but it is very hard to do and very labor intensive, and they can't even make a cosmetic.
Right. Yeah. So I would keep your hopes extremely low for crossplay to work once it gets to peer to peer. If it does, cool. Hey,
happily eat my words.
Yeah, they did it. I just highly doubt it. Yeah. Ethan Selecki, thank you so much for coming to member. Appreciate that on this Memorial Day, on this Monday morning.
On a Monday?
Doesn't feel like a Monday.
Every day of May for me has felt like a Monday. It's like 6 Mondays and a Wednesday. And my Wednesday is not on Wednesday.
First of all, this isn't a table talk. Don't ever call it that.
Whoa.
This is Slash and Cast. Don't call it a fucking table talk. Do you see a table here? Oh.
No, actually.
Not from your view. I do, but you don't. Yeah. So we had summer camps on the list today. We were talking about it. And as I did some more digging, it's another one I'm a little nervous about as well. But we'll talk about it. Yeah. So Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Peer-to-peer, it's probably going to be, there's going to be a very few amount of players left, I think. I think it's just going to be a brutal experience to play the game in peer-to-peer. It was already tough with a game like F13 that people weren't really pissed at, not in the same way anyway. It's going to be very difficult with TCM. So I'm relying on the mod community. Hopefully, I don't think, because the reason F13 mods are getting shut down is because Horror Inc. is a little more greedy. A little more greedy over there at Horror Inc. And a lot of those mods weren't exactly, by definition, mods. They were kind of glorified pirating. If you're giving away a game for free, I understand there are mods, there's new content within it, but if the game that you're modding, you're able to deliver it for free to somebody who doesn't own it, that is pirating. That's where you get cracked on really hard. As long as these mods for TCM don't do that, I don't see any reason for Vortex or Horror Inc. or Gun Interactive to step in and do anything about it.
Well, and all these mods are client side. So
exactly.
I saw someone today on Twitter running around with dynamic hair.
Yeah.
And people are like, "Oh, see, it's so easy." Well, the reason that it's harder to do is because then the server has to keep track of everyone's hair.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because it's because yes, dynamic hair is a relatively not simplistic, but it's in today's world, it's pretty easy to implement. The problem is when you do it in a multiplayer game.
Yes.
Yeah, the server is the one that has to keep up with all that and track all the movement of everybody's hair so that the hair movement that you're seeing for their player is the same movement that they're seeing across screen to screen. That's why Call of Duty latency and things like that are so difficult with like smoke grenades and things like that. That's why when debris is blown up in Call of Duty, you are like, I can't see shit, and all of a sudden you get shot through the smoke, and you're like, what the fuck? How did he see through it? Then you get to the kill cam, and there's no smoke there.
Yep.
That's exactly the type of issues that a server's got to keep up with like things like dynamic hair. So that yes, it's not that simple. Like, can you do it? Yeah, but if it's client side, it's different.
Right. So in theory, you are we're in a game together, peer to peer. You have the dynamic hair mod. I don't.
It changes nothing server side. Yeah.
It's completely fine. I can still play with you.
Yeah.
In theory.
That's why most mods are harmless. Like the cosmetics and things like that, they're harmless because you're the only one seeing them. But at the same time, the mods you can run can change the clothes of the players you're going against, and it can make it where they're wearing bright yellow outfits. So instead of wearing the blackout cosmetics where they're hidden a little bit better in bushes, things like that, they're wearing bright ass shit, and you can find them easier. So that's where modding can lead to cheating.
Right.
But again, you got to be a fucking loser to do stuff like that. We're having fun here. These are fun mods. Quit making dumb mods.
True.
Right? But yeah, I think especially because it sounds like these mods are running the custom game modes and things like that. Only the host will have to have the mods. So you can go in, you run the mods, run a custom game yourself, invite people. Also, apparently console players as well. It doesn't sound like it has to be all PC players. And can go in and play a modded game mode. Let's see if that all comes to fruition. I hope it does. But on the real side of TCM, the actual developers, it ain't looking too great over there.
Yeah.
So I give the patch a 5 out of 10. I give it a 4 out of 10.
I was going to say 3 out of 10.
Since it's the last patch, I give it a 2 out of 10.
I'll bump it up. I'll give it a 2.5 out of 10.
Perfect. Now, let's move on to a game that actually kind of is cooking. Huh? Dead by Daylight. A lot of things going on in Dead by Daylight. First of all, the dev stream that's breaking down the Five Nights at Freddy's chapter is tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern. Immediately following will be the PTB, and then you'll be able to play Old Springtrap. It'll be a good time. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. I'm planning on I won't know until 5 a.m. tomorrow if I'm going to be able to stream the PTB right away. So I'll let you know at 5 a.m. tomorrow. But either way, if I don't stream the PTB that morning, I'll be streaming in the evening. But I want to be on it right away. I want to. Yeah. But I think what we're going to do is just run custom games because otherwise you won't find a game.
Correct.
It's brutal out there. A bug fix patch dropped today, so you can go check that out. And now the changes coming to the PTB. There are a good chunk of them. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to go over all of them. I already put a link in the description if you want to read them for yourself. But just some gameplay changes I wanted to spotlight. I never saw this one coming. Going next prevention. Okay, so they added a system to identify whether a survivor's sacrifice is an intentional attempt at going next, or intentionally killing yourself to move on to the next game, sabotaging your entire team. Now, if a player is identified as intentionally going next, they will receive a disconnection penalty point. And then they also remove the option to self-unhook on first hook stage unless they have one of the following equipped. Slippery meat perk, up the ante perk, or a luck offering. Now, luck offerings will give you the option to escape the hook by yourself.
Yeah, slippery meat.
Slippery meat.
Very familiar.
Yeah. They said, I've seen people commenting about slippery meat. It's like people are going to run slippery meat and just say, oh, I was just trying to get off the hook. Like I wasn't trying to die next. But you're going to run a whole perk just to sabotage your team?
Just to go to the next game? Yeah,
and then like you're saying if they're running slippery meat to not try to get off the hook. Like that's the point of running the perk.
Right.
So I think this is nice. My question is, how is it going to identify whether or not you're going next? What if I'm just that trash?
I'm worried, man.
You don't know me.
I'm really worried because I'm trash. and I might just be trying to save someone, and they think that I'm griefing.
I'm sure they base it on like, are you actually attempting to reach obstacles, drop
Doing
pallets,
objectives.
things like that? Yeah, or are you just running dead to the killer and not moving? I don't know the actual system they have in play, but it should be nice. It should work well because this is something you experience fucking daily in Dead by Daylight. Is somebody throwing like that, or you see people that start off getting chased and they get hit one time and then they're immediately like, I'm done.
Yeah, they go down before they're even picked up
Yeah.
for their first hook.
Yeah, and they just give up right away. It's like, cool. You also, survivors are no longer instantly killed after 2 struggle skill checks pass without any input. So those that are on the hook and just don't bother trying on second stage, you're not going to die right away now. They're going to keep you alive. So tough.
Just play. Just play the game that you're playing.
Yeah, tough cookies, brother. Tough cookies. Also interesting, they got an extreme hiding update. Overall, this is the crow system where if you're AFK, crows will start with 1, lead up to 3 crows or spinning over your head to reveal you. That is overall the same, but before you had collision still when you had crows over your head, so you could have the crows on your head, run over to another survivor, body block them, trap them somewhere, just completely sabotage their gameplay, and now you can't do that. You will lose all collision once you have 3. Well, not all collision with other players. You can't just run through fucking walls.
Cool.
But yeah, collision with other players once you have 3 crows circling you. That's a interesting one change. The auto blood web spending. This is I'm looking forward to. As somebody who's been spending millions of blood points right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they implemented a new way to spend it, where you literally just say what you want it to do, how many points you want to spend, how many levels you want to go. That's nice.
Prestige 3 to Prestige 4, done.
Done. Yeah, in the blink of an eye. That would have taken me like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a cool little change that they added. I've been looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what else we got here? Mori update. This is something you see all the time. So now, if there's 2 players left, 1 killer, 2 players, if a player is on hook on second stage on hook and the other one gets downed, they can immediately Mori that final survivor that's down instead of waiting for the person that's on second stage on the hook to die. Which it's funny because it feels like when you're the survivor in that instance, it feels like you're being griefed by the killer.
Yeah.
But all they want to do is use the Mori that they rightfully earned, where you're just standing there waiting, and that could be a significant amount of time you're waiting for that last person to die. So now, somebody's on the second stage of hook and they're down, you can Mori them right away so that both the killer and the survivor can just move on to the next game.
Cool.
Like it. Map offerings have changed, where now instead of it being like a guaranteed, if you run a map offering, go to that map, it's just a flat rate percentage. And if people stack them, which you would see a lot of survivor squads do, they'd stack up their map offerings to guarantee they go to location. They don't stack anymore. It's a flat rate percentage no matter what. And also mapping gameplay affecting offerings are treated as secret during the loading screen. So that way you can't change your strategy based on the offering that's put in front of you, or you don't have an idea of what the killer or survivor is going to do based on the map offering. It's just it's going to be hidden until you're in the game.
Okay.
Yeah. Spawn rules have also changed. They adjusted the following spawn rules: survivor spawn as close together as possible. Survivor spawn on the same floor where applicable. The killer will not spawn at the center of small maps, and they changed the name of Shroud of Separation to Shroud of Vanishing, and change its effect to nullify offerings that change survivor spawn locations, and then change the name of Shroud of Binding to Shroud of Separation, and change its effect to spawn survivors apart from one another. Basically, just with the goal to have spawns be more consistent, where you have an actual idea of where you're going to be, and not get shit on right away also.
Yeah, that's me.
That's me.
You're probably wondering how I got into this situation.
Big one. They've been waiting on this for a long-ass time. Gamma adjustments are now being added for console players here. So to get an idea of just how drastic you can change your brightness for, on console, there's image 1.
Huh?
That's lowest gamma setting right there. And there's image 2 at the highest.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah. It's been an unfair advantage that PC players have had for freaking ages. And now, no more. You can finally change your gamma on consoles. We did it. We cooked.
Did they cook?
Other changes I don't want to go over here because I'm already talking your ear off about this. Adjustments are also coming for the Lich, the Artist, and several underused perks for both Killer and Survivor. Botany Knowledge is getting a buff.
Hell yeah.
I already like Botany Knowledge, especially right now, combined with Arella Rose's perks. Dude, give me Botany Knowledge buff. I'm all in.
Again, newer to DBD. I watched a lot of videos about perks and combos and stuff like that to run, and Botany Knowledge was on the list every single time.
That's surprising because apparently it's very underused. According to their data, it's underused. Yes. Okay. All right, what are we talking about right here? Hold on. Why are we talking about Children of the Corn?
Ryan Kiera Armstrong.
Oh, yeah.
Doing the mocap for alleged Meadow in TCM.
Was that her?
Yes.
It was at the that posted those images.
Yeah.
Well, that is like confirmed.
Buffy. The new
However,
Vampire Slayer?
I don't think that mocap. If what we're suggesting right now is that she was doing mocap for something else that wasn't TCM.
She was with them again because we saw the leaked pictures from.
Yeah, well, so was Scout.
Right. Exactly.
So was Scout.
And then just the day of content announcement.
There's no way.
And the content announcement, they were back in the mocap studio together.
Yeah. How niche can you go?
And then that same week, she was announced as the new Slayer for Buffy.
So they're doing a Buffy game. Confirmed.
Yep. Confirmed.
We did it.
It's easy. Children of the Corn is just way too niche.
Yeah, they can only go so niche. I don't know how far that is.
Like, is Children of the Corn going to be a top 100 game on PlayStation without it being free?
If it's Children of the Corn, I smell bankruptcy in the future.
I'll play it, but that might be it.
No, I don't.
I don't even think
so.
Everyone in this chat would buy it.
Oh no.
Put gun aside, reputation aside. Would you go out day one and buy the Children of the Corn game?
No,
maybe I'm wrong.
Especially if it's multiplayer, which you got to assume it is. Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think Hellraiser is about as niche as they could get.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that mocap could be.
Oh God, not the Halloween fan film. You should watch the bloopers for the Halloween fan film. I think those might be unlisted though.
I'm not sure.
All right. Okay. Let's move on. All right, off of Dead by Daylight into the world of another ASIM game that's coming out called Summer Camp.
Slasher Volume 1 Summer Camp?
Well, that's obviously what they're paying homage to here. But Summer Camp is an asymmetrical multiplayer horror experience. One player takes on the role of the Slaughter, a terrifying killer with inhuman abilities, and the remaining players, up to 7 counselors, must work together or betray each other, friendly fire, to survive and escape from the campsite. To do so, the counselors need to explore the map, find and collect key items, and repair escape vehicles such as a car or a boat. The Slaughter is always hunting, track, trap, and execute them one by one.
Sense.
Did that sound familiar?
Sense. Shift.
Sorry about that. Hold on. We'll come back to that. They'll come back to that picture in a second.
Boy.
Okay, so just Summer Camp. Let me look at the copyright on this real quick. So Summer Camp is a new small independent game being developed by Mera Interactive. Currently does not have a publisher. They are taking emails right now for a beta. I think that first beta they've already filled up. 650 participants have already signed up for the beta. I low-key hope we can still get in. Help me help you. Yeah. But you can sign up on their website. I already left a link as well in the description at playsummercamp.com if you want to be part of it. Obviously, that probably sounded pretty familiar, what I just described. And that's because the entire thing, it's in their marketing. They are paying homage to F-13, some of which might be cutting it damn close.
A little bit.
That's my biggest concern. Like, let me show you one of the first real screenshot that I've seen from this game. Does that look familiar to you? Does that look familiar to you? Like, they're cutting it very close. And honestly, it doesn't really matter if what you're doing, like, if those are the original assets, and fine.
Yeah, if you're stealing models, obviously you're screwed.
Yeah, character models, I think they're fine.
Yeah, yes,
they're safe. They've shown that they've been making their own original things. What I'm not sure about, there are something like are all the cabins original.
I mean, the light post right there.
Yeah, I mean, they could be just downloading free assets as well that are just similar. That's my biggest concern for this game, is that I don't know how far you can go with paying homage to gameplay, to game design is really my question. Because honestly, I want this to work. If we can, if you guys don't want to do it, all right, Gun, Horror Ring, Ilphonic, whoever it may be, if you don't want to do it, you don't want to remake a game or remaster the F-13 game, then we'll do it ourselves. I like that mentality. That's literally what the fan film craze of F-13 was.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are in a lawsuit, you don't want to make new movies, fine, we'll do it ourselves. So I like this. I like the idea of doing this. But if you get too close to gameplay, which everything I've heard is damn near copy and paste game design. If you get too close, when can Gun step in? When can Ilphonic step in, or Horror?
And we talked about this. I don't remember. I last mentioned it. Can you copyright game design? Can you trademark game design? I don't know. I really don't know. But if it's the exact same, they have a case, I guess.
Yeah, but I also think at the same time, I don't think it would ever be like, we're suing you right now. It'd be a cease and desist, and then once you receive the cease and desist, you can make some probably pretty quick changes.
Yeah.
To be like, okay, we're no longer. It's exactly what Jesus, what is their name? Puppet Combo. It's exactly what Puppet Combo did with the Halloween game, where they got a cease and desist for like, all right, you're gonna have to change it. And all they did was change the Michael model.
Yep.
That's all they did. And they made it a clown, and boom, there you go. Now they originally had a hockey mask on the killer. That has changed, which I can show you guys what kind of the vibes we're getting here now. This is where the killer is at now, kind of a sack mask trapper looking vibe. But also you can see the Part 8 vibes with the outfit, the under mask. I don't know what that you would say that is, but it's not my Jack-o'-lantern Jason. It's different.
Fire axe? No, that's just an axe for Part 8 Jason, for their killer.
For Part 8 Jason. Yeah. So
just be careful. Just be careful.
Yeah, and then the last one here is just another screenshot.
This literally looks like early pre-alpha screenshots of F-13, which I love.
Yeah,
I love that.
Don't get me wrong. Like, if it's okay to pay homage to something, you 100%. Just gotta
be careful.
Be careful. But like I said, though, all would happen, they just get a C&D and they can just rework a handful of assets here and there. My question is, as fans, do we want to see another indie game step in and just try to recreate what F-13 was? Is that like satisfying enough?
Is it better to have loved and lost than to try to love again
and replay? Yeah, I don't know. I
don't know.
It's interesting.
Yeah,
I think there's a hole to fill over there still with F-13.
Yeah,
but I also think part of us are like, right now more than ever, a little hopeful that something officially licensed can happen.
Right.
But I guess what I'm saying is it the F-13 IP that makes that game design special, or is it just the game design that makes the IP special? Does that make sense? Like,
what carries?
Right, what carries? Is it the game design itself, or is it the IP? I do think the IP adds some serious rose tinted glasses. I do think the IP helps in a lot of cases, and there are a lot of things in F-13 that, like the maps, like a cabin in the woods is not very exciting. Higgins Haven is.
Right.
Packanack is. Jarvis is. I don't know if a summer camp is cool, but there is some heavy lifting being done by having iconic locations be in there. And then things like the Virtual Cabin 2.0, you can't do that kind of stuff.
Right.
But is the game design enough where it would satisfy and be able to carry its weight without an IP attached to it.
I'm actually gonna think about that all week.
Oh,
I'll get back to you.
I think there's a hole to fill. I think that game. I missed that game. I missed that game design. But I do think Jason does some heavy lifting for sure. There is something cooler about, as horror fans, there's something cooler about having Jason chase you in the woods.
I mean, it's hard. Put Pinhead in. Put Candyman in. Put Freddy in.
Yeah.
Is it better? Is it significantly worse? Is it about the same? I don't know.
Yeah. At the same time, though, to be devil's advocate, there's how many new people who had never seen an F-13 movie played that game, loved it, and then went and watched the movies, right? So that's something to be said about the gameplay loop. It is just that fun. Mm-hmm. I think in terms of finding the popularity and catching the eye of mainstream audiences, that Jason did that heavy lifting. But now that like, we already know the game is good. We already know the game is fun. Can Summer Camp just go in with an original license and find a following? It seems so. I mean, they already maxed out their beta, right? And there's people really haven't talked about it a ton yet. So there's interest still. It also is probably eye-opening. If Horror Rink is paying attention, which I don't know if they are to that degree, I don't know how closely they're watching these horror audiences.
Right.
But if they're paying attention, they should be pretty clear that the interest is still there. And actually, so that's my biggest concern for Summer Camp, to be honest. So their announcement trailer is coming out June 13th. Whether it's a remaster or a game at all being talked about, which I doubt it is, it's probably too soon. But I think something in the world of Jason, in Jason Universe, is being announced on June 13th. What it is, I do not know.
Right.
I do not know. But I think something is going to be announced that day, and if it overshadows Summer Camp that much, I think that sucks. I also don't want Summer Camp to be put into the same, the same pool as mods, because it's not.
Right.
It's an original game, and I actually think that's one of the things being called Summer Camp, which I guess you kind of have to be an OG fan to know Slasher Volume 1 Summer Camp, and the logo is practically the same.
Yes.
But I'm worried that people are going to think it's a mod and dismiss it as a result. Although those mods are kick ass too, they just keep getting shut down. But yeah, it's not. It is, in theory, as long as they don't steal anything, it is something that can make its own money and get its own following and can push to consoles. They are pushing for consoles. If you look at their Kickstarter page, which I assume is going to launch on June 13th, they haven't made that clear yet though. If that happens, if you go look at it right now, they have the console logos on there. But I don't think people know just how expensive it is to put a game on consoles, especially a multiplayer game.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't have my hopes very high for that. It probably will end up being a PC exclusive game. It does appear to be supported on Steam Deck. They've been doing testing on Steam Deck.
Oh.
So yeah,
I did not know that.
Probably going to be carried on PC. If it does really well on PC, then maybe it makes the transition over to consoles after like a year, like Dead by Daylight did. But at this time, at launch, I highly doubt it, but it's not impossible.
Just be careful. When that Kickstarter launches, if it blows up, just watch your email. Be careful. See, like, I don't want this to fail. It sounds like I'm being a negative Nancy. Just be careful.
Yeah. I think Steam is the way to start either way.
Yes.
Build your following up and save yourself some money. Because if you try to take Kickstarter, this happens every time. If you try to take a Kickstarter and immediately push for a launch on console,
it's never going to happen.
Yeah, you're just indebting yourself, dude. And how many people are going to pre-order for console on your Kickstarter and you can't deliver it? It's happened time and time again. I'm not going to say any names, but it's happened time and time again.
We've worked on a couple Kickstarters in Indiegogo's.
Well, not games, but yeah.
But we make sure you can deliver what you promise.
Yeah, the crowd fundraising is a pain, and you'd be shocked at how quickly random expenses you didn't think about come into play.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was on Steam. This is interesting because it was on Steam. You were able to wishlist it. Now it's not anymore. I don't know why. They haven't made it very clear. I honestly think they did probably get some sort of warning related to that hockey mask. They claim that they were removing the hockey mask to avoid confusion, which I could also see that. But I think they might have, like, hey, if you're making a game called Summer Camp, and you put a hockey
Your
mask.
your killer in the game
Yeah.
cannot have a hockey mask, which totally fair.
Yeah, and that might be all it takes to swap it up.
Yeah.
Carnival Hunt is still cooking, by the way. They are over there. It's been updating constantly. I still can't get in the game. I've tried, but
Carnival Hunt, I backed it. I got a full release code coming my way whenever the full release is. Is that ever going to happen? I don't know. I can't even play the beta. I have a code for the full game. I can't play yet because the game isn't out.
well, yeah, they're in alpha and they've been doing tests, but
They update all the time.
yeah, they update consistently and they've been posting. They just did a new Discord staff mask and they revealed the booby trap and things like that. So they're doing things over there. It's the problem is it's just I can't get into a game on the alpha. I've tried multiple times, so I might have to wait for a full release on that one. But they are actively still, that game is being made. So.
Right. But I'm in the same boat. It's like if you get a game, promise console, pre-order on the console, you're not getting the console.
Yeah.
It's like me.
Which I don't think Carnival Hunt did that.
No. I'm saying I got the full release of the game.
Yeah.
The alpha's going on. I don't have a code for the alpha. I'm just sitting here waiting, getting a million notifications like, hey, alpha's updated. I'm
You
like,
could probably get a code if you
ask.
Well, yeah, and I'm not even saying just as a content creator. You could.
Hey, I was a backer.
Yeah.
I want to play.
I want to play.
Please. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's summer camp. I'm rooting for them. Like I said, I hope they pull it off. It's something you got to be careful with because we've seen it in action. Horror Inc. can be pretty picky about things. I mean, they were sending out strikes to creators, not copyright claims, strikes. They were sending out strikes to creators.
Yeah.
And they shut down several of those mods now. But again, there was technically by definition there was pirating going on, but still.
Yeah.
And what would really suck for summer camp is if a remaster happens, or maybe this is great for summer camp. Maybe that's because they're doing. Look at this. Obviously they're fans, right?
Right.
So if a remaster of F13 were to come back, they'd probably be happy, but it'd also be disappointing that you put in all this work and you're just going to get overshadowed like crazy, and that sucks. But
yeah, but that's life sometimes. It's okay.
Yeah.
See, you still. That's the thing with being creative. Just make shit.
Yeah.
Make stuff. If no one sees it or no one plays it or whatever, you still made something.
Yeah. Exactly.
Be proud of it. Learn from it and carry on with your learned lessons.
And technically they're building a following at the same time too.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, okay. That's summer camp. Let's move on to our next topic. Just some real quick things I want to run through here. First of all, have you heard about Sarah Michelle Gellar and Scream 7 in those talks?
I have.
She, at her premiere for her new film, Pretty Hurts, she did an interview with E.T., and people have responded like, Sarah Michelle Gellar's pissed. And if you read the quote, I'll read you the quote, and I think out of context, if you're just reading this, it might sound like she's a little upset. She said, I tried to get in Scream 7. They were bringing everybody back. I kept thinking I'd get a call. I didn't get a call. There's a lot of people that died in all the Scream movies that are back. Skeet, Matthew. I'm just saying, I'm waiting for my call.
Mm-hmm.
She's joking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Obviously, those are main characters.
I think a part of me is like, yeah, she would totally do it and she would love to have a call. But if you just listen to the tone when she actually does the interview with E.T., she's joking. She's just like, come on, I'm waiting on my call, man. Like, I'll do it. Like, it's kind of like that.
Right. Exactly.
So calm down. Stop hating on my girl, Sarah.
She was in Scream 2. Who did she play?
Cece Cooper.
Was Cece the girl's real name?
No, it's Casey. Casey Cooper. Okay. But yeah, that's I just want to talk about it super fast. Another news. Josh Hartnett. The guy is back, dude. It's so cool.
The headline I saw I was scrolling through social media was the Josh Hartnett Renaissance continues.
Yeah. And it's true because now he has been casted to star in a untitled Netflix series, which is created by Jesse McCowan of the Umbrella Academy. He will be playing a hard-bitten fisherman who must fight to protect his family, his community, and his vanishing way of life when a mysterious sea creature terrorizes his remote Newfoundland town. Jeez.
I'm in, dude. I'm so in.
You know what's cool about this? So it's taking place in Newfoundland. It's going to be shot on location in Newfoundland.
Wow.
Canada. Not Newfoundland, Newfoundland.
Oh, how new is it?
It's pretty new. 6-episode series. That's the plan. But, dude, come on. How cool is it to have Josh Hartnett just casually come back? Just like Matthew Lillard. What's going on? Bring back the 90 stars, shall we?
Well, and it makes it sound like he is like the lead by a mile.
Well, he's the fisherman.
Exactly. Like
he's the guy.
He's the guy.
In a Netflix series. I guess Trap just did so well on Netflix. Actually, it was number 1 or number 2 for many weeks.
He's good.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah,
good. And last actual topic, Blumhouse. Blumhouse games. Blumhouse Horrorverse. That sounds pretty cool, don't it? Blumhouse has all these characters. Let's take them. Let's put them into a game. Now, if you were going to do that, how would you do it?
Megan.
Megan
Asim.
Megan Asim, huh?
Uh-huh.
Well, how about instead, Blumhouse teams up with Meta, and they launch a VR immersive experience inside of Meta Horizon, because that's what they did. And it's, I don't want to be like a Debbie Downer on this, because it is kind of cool. But I'm like, this is the first time Blumhouse Games was announced a couple years back. This is the first time we're seeing Blumhouse really take their characters and put them into a game.
Right.
Which it's kind of what we all wanted to see from Blumhouse Games.
Duh.
Yeah, no brainer. And it's inside of Meta and mobile. It's on mobile as well. And cool. Yeah, but the goal is, okay, so it's aimed to feel like you're stepping into a horror movie. The social space lets you experience the worlds of such films as Megan, The Purge, Wolfman, The Black Phone, and Happy Death Day for mini games, activities, and more. Let me pull up the trailer.
Wolf Space Man?
Yeah. Yeah, Wolf Space Man made the cut. So, yeah, let's just... we won't listen to it. I just want to play it in the background here so you get an idea of the vibes they're going for. But in the centerpiece of survival lockdown game, players can throw a lever assigning everyone in the house a random role of victim or villain. As victims work together to locate missing key cards to end the lockdown, players assigned the villain role will embody Blumhouse characters like Megan, the babyface killer, and Lady Liberty to eliminate survivors before they can escape. I don't know why Lady Liberty got a spotlight.
Hell yeah.
How'd that happen? But it's available right now in Meta Horizon and on mobile.
Cool. That's Meta Horizon. That is what it looks like.
My question with this is, who's the target audience?
I don't know.
Like, honestly, who's the target audience? Like, what is their goal here? Are they trying to hit kids who know their movie? Am I the target audience? Like, is somebody who watches Blumhouse films, sometimes hates them, sometimes loves them? Are you trying to get me to go buy and play this on Meta Horizon? Are you trying to get a new young audience to check out your films? Like, what was the goal? Like, how did you
young horror fans to buy a Meta Quest?
What? I just curious what made them end up making the investment is all. I just don't particularly understand why this was the route they went. And what I'm really hoping is that this doesn't box them in, where they don't put those characters elsewhere. Like, why would you not do a babyface killer chapter in Dead by Daylight? And in Lady Liberty could easily be like a Legion skin. Like, you could do collaborations like that. I'm sure people would have a blast playing Megan.
That would be up there with like Stranger Things in terms of sales. I think everyone would buy Megan, even if she plays like shit.
And then Blumhouse Games is their own publisher.
Right.
Like, it's right there. I just don't know why we started with Meta Horizon, but I'm sure somebody is going to have a good time in there. I don't have a Meta Quest, so.
Yeah. Like, Megan is for a younger audience.
Sure.
All the rest, I don't know about that one, Chief.
Yeah, I guess Megan, and all of them are like PG-13 horror, not Lady Liberty. Like, that's probably not going to hit your younger audience, but even The Black Phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, the babyface killer Megan, like those could be targeted at a younger audience. I don't know. You'd have been better off just making a Megan MetaQuest experience and diving into that IP and having a fun time with it, where you build your own Megan doll.
Right, invest in a single experience rather than that.
It's interesting.
Maybe it's fun. Maybe it's goated. I won't know. I don't know, and I won't know.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's out there posting videos on it yet. I'll have to check it out.
Megan.
It's on mobile. So
great. Sorry, I don't have a phone.
When it's on mobile, does that mean like you could take it and put it like in one of those
the cardboard boxes?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is it that kind of thing? I don't
know. Oh man, I got a lot of noties.
The key is just to not look at your phone.
I need to uninstall like every single app on my phone.
Yeah.
Do you have games on your phone?
No.
I do.
Do you play games on your phone?
I do.
I don't.
I wish I didn't.
I don't.
I'm hooked.
And I'm hooked. The only reason I ever would be for like my son, and I'm not the type of parent where I avoid at all I avoid at all costs Yeah, I don't do that, man. I avoid that at all costs. Let's just go watch Scooby-Doo. All right? That I can accept.
Back to the Future?
As a father that plays video games for a living, I know he's going to get into video games.
I know he's going to.
I'm trying to dodge it for as long as I can.
I have like 3 games on my phone, and I play one every day, and the one I never fucking play, and one that's kind of like I'm bored of the one that I play every day.
You getting back into the Clash of Clans life?
I've thought about it. I've seriously considered it, but I'm booked. I have no time.
You know what I recently did? I don't remember what. Why were we in a hotel recently? Was that for a convention? Was it for Days of the Dead, I guess?
Days?
Oh, yeah, Days Chicago. I couldn't sleep one of those nights, and I sat in my phone. I downloaded Sudoku, and I played Sudoku.
Was that at Days, or was that when you were at the Dells?
No, it was at Days.
Sudoku?
Yeah.
Nerd?
Yeah. I was like, if I'm going to play a game on my phone, can I at least test my brain a little bit?
Educational?
Yeah. Okay. Hey, couple quick talking points. Just wanted to bring up. We can add more to this list. If you got anything you're just dying to talk about. Did you know that Ignite Films and Eagle Rock Pictures are gonna bring a 4K edition of Bride of Reanimator because the Reanimator restoration did so well? They're like, all right, we're getting on this thing. So they are gonna do a 4K edition of Bride of Reanimator.
Cool.
Early 2026.
Cool.
I'm in.
I'm in if my wallet says I'm in.
Yeah. Christmas? Christmas present? Yeah. Did you watch the Jurassic World Rebirth trailer?
I did not.
Dude, what are you doing?
Sorry, I've been busy.
Are you even a fan, bro?
Of Jurassic? Sure.
I watched the Rebirth trailer, and I honestly thought it was going to be rated R because of how it seems like they're leaning into the horror quite a bit. More than they have. Yeah. It looks like a really good time. So much so that I'm like, I might have to go watch it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I'll watch that. I'll watch that trailer soon then. That piqued my interest.
You're welcome. They do have a whole new crazy dinosaur design going on.
Okay.
That's like a combination of Tyrannosaurus Rex and Velociraptors. And you know, they got to up the ante every time.
Yeah.
So they got that going on. And it looks pretty sick, though. And they do seem to be leaning into the horror. But it is still PG-13. So I meant to get my son into... Actually, he loves dinosaurs, but we've only started to dabble in the world of Jurassic Park. They have the animated show, which has like 8 seasons, by the way. I think it's only like 4. But on Netflix, they have the animated Jurassic World shows. I recommend it. If you're looking for a gateway to big boy dinosaurs, the animated show is kind of lit.
Interesting.
I'm actually watching it for myself and pretending it's for Kane. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really all I had for talking points. I don't know if you had anything else you were talking about.
No, nothing huge this week.
Yeah. Fallen Station Bloodlines, our review is out on Make Every Death Count, our spoiler-filled review. We enjoyed it. Have you set your rankings? Are you committed? Do you know where you're at?
No, but let me just take a quick look. All right. 3, 1, 2, Bloodlines, 5, and then
4.
That's that's probably where it's gonna stay for a while, till it comes out on VOD and I can spam it.
Mine's pretty much exactly the same. I think mine is it might be 3, 2, 1, and then 6, 5, 4. Which I think any other ranking is wrong.
It is kind of crazy the difference between 4 and the rest.
Yeah, 4.
5's in.
I mean, they're like on the record saying that we don't care about the story or the cast. What's going to sell the audience is the 3D gore.
Yeah,
lean into the 3D. It's like, well, okay, you did that, and it sucks.
That's why I pirated it. I mean, what? Huh?
Oh, that was the other thing I didn't. I should have put in the list, and I didn't. The Welcome to Derry trailer came out this week.
Yeah,
I'm into it. I like it. It's they avoided spoiling stuff as much as possible, which I do appreciate. But when you still have like a 2-minute trailer and not a lot going on, I think people are a little more underwhelmed than they were expecting. I like it, and all you really need to do to sell me on a Welcome to Derry show and its prequel show was to get Bill Skarsgård as back as Pennywise, and they did that, and you could just watch the last shot, and you're like, all right, I'm in.
Remember when they weren't gonna have Bill? They weren't gonna have Pennywise in it?
Yeah, what were they thinking with that?
Or they weren't gonna have Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise in it?
No,
Like, why, dude?
Just spend the money.
And then everyone's like, okay, not interested. They're like, Bill?
Yeah, F13 Final Station 3 is not overrated. Don't ever say that. It's actually underrated. It sits at a 5.9 out of 10 on IMDb.
It's a 10 out of 10 film.
Now, people have come around to it, and people have ranked it highly now, but that movie was kind of dogged on when it came out, and all those people have been wrong for 20 years.
They're still wrong.
It's
goated.
Wrong. Yeah, it is. It is the best. You know why it's the best? Well, there's several reasons.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Ryan Merriman. Enough said. That's enough to do it for me. But the photos are by far the best way to tease the deaths in the movie.
Yep. That's how it should have been in the first place.
Yeah, like the visions. Like, so when a vision happens in Final Destination, like with Devon Sawa having a vision, or even more so, the best example is Final Destination 4, the Final Destination. When that CGI vision is happening, is that what he's seeing? Like,
himself?
Right. Like, so what we're seeing as audience, is that what he's seeing?
Like, he's seeing
a CGI hook?
Yeah.
You know? I don't like that. Because if one, it's way more obvious what's going to happen, and you don't get to play along the same way.
You would have thought somebody died. Maybe someone did.
Hey, can you guys stop? You should have closed that door. I think they're just barking at a lawnmower right now. What I was saying. What I was saying, Sonny? What I was saying.
Hey, Sonny! What the fuck you say to me?
With Final Station 3, with the photos, because they're trying to figure it out in real time together, you are figuring it out in real time with them as well, and you get to make guesses on how the deaths are going to happen and whether you're right or wrong. I just think that was a way better way to do it. It's way cooler.
Yeah,
I also like
absolutely.
I thought it's even cooler that like all photos in the world predetermined deaths, like Abraham Lincoln's death and the 9/11 photo and things like that. It's like, come on. I just like that. That's way cooler.
Absolutely. Goated.
Yeah. You know what the one downfall of Final Station 3 is that there's not an actual formal cameo of Tony Todd.
Yeah.
He's in there.
He's the roller coaster voice.
Yeah, he's the voice of the devil. He's the devil's voice, and he's also the voice on the intercom of the subway.
Yep.
But that's not the same.
No. They needed advice, man.
They needed advice. The devil didn't give advice on what was going on, but part of me actually likes that. Because that formula of Final Destination where it's like, oh no, what's going on? Hey, Tony. Hey, Candyman.
I'm going to tell you what's going on. You're fucked.
Yeah, it's kind of nice that change of formula for Final Destination 3.
Yeah, it's a different movie. It took some risks, and it absolutely paid off.
It's also one of the only movies that wasn't like, look it happened to these people before. This is how they got out of it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all.
Yeah.
That's why it's the best. If you say otherwise, you're wrong.
You're trash.
You're trash. Came out this week as well for new releases. Fear Street, Prom Queen, it's out.
Hell
It's getting bad reviews.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. Some of them are like brutal. It's like, this is excruciatingly painful to watch.
Love the trailer. Love the posters.
I watched it yesterday.
No spoiling.
No spoiling, obviously. But the whole movie works for me really well because I'm able to shut my brain off and buy into bullshit nostalgia. It's obvious when a movie is just like relying on nostalgia to get their audience to buy in. I'm one that is a sucker for it.
Same.
So they got me. And it's also a whodunit. So they got me.
Yep.
That's all I needed.
Sounds like a 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, slasher 80s whodunit. I'm in.
11 out of 10.
I actually think there's a little bit more character development for your lead than reviews are giving it credit for.
Okay.
They are leaning into tropes insanely hard. Don't get me wrong. The movie starts by describing characters and their tropes. Like, that's how the movie starts. Like, literally a breakdown, like an old school type of, more of a 90s vibe of just going down. Here's blah, blah, blah. They are a bitch. Kind of that, you know?
Okay.
There's literally like pause moments, like it'll pause the camera on them, that kind of thing.
I'm still in, by the way.
Yeah, I know. It's exactly the type of vibes that I'm into. So, yeah, it's very self-aware in that regard. So it all worked for me. The kills are pretty good. Some solid kills in there. Some are kind of bad, but there are some good kills in there. And, yeah, cheesy slasher film overall. The end, like your reveal at the end, it lost me a bit there.
Okay.
It got kind of dumb. A little too dumb. When it's dumb for a dumb movie, it's pretty dumb.
Okay.
Otherwise, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I do want to watch the other ones, even though it's not.
The trilogy is way better.
Yeah.
I like the trilogy's trying. The Fear Street trilogy is trying. They're actually like pushing a good story. Prom Queen is nothing more than a cheesy slasher, 80s slasher, and it really should not be called Fear Street. The tie-in to the first trilogy is so loose. Like there's a tiny little reference right at the end where it's like, oh, this is worse than it was in 78, you know? Like it's so loose.
So they just put the title on to.
Yeah, it's a clickbait title.
Got it.
Yeah.
I'll still watch the other ones first before I check this one out. I'll probably get to them all this week after I watch Designated Survivor.
Yeah, and it sounds like the review that we had planned for Make Everything Count is not going to happen. So maybe we'll just end up doing Fear Street.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
Yeah. The killer is pretty easy to figure out as well.
Okay. Hey. Again, still in.
They try to throw some twists and turns in there at the end, but it doesn't. Yeah, it's kind of dumb at the end. Insubordinate.
I'll watch it.
All right. Anything else you're dying to talk about? I don't really have anything. Texas Frightmare Weekend was this past weekend. Yeah. I've heard great things. I've heard some bad things. Sounds like they oversold tickets again. Very crowded in there.
How was Melissa Barrera?
Yeah, I hope.
Was she having a good day? I hope so.
I did hear a horror story about Bruce Campbell.
Oh.
Is that a shame? It's somebody who tapes off their posters for celebrities to sign. Yeah, and like it's like before they even get up there, they already have a spot marked for them to sign. Bruce hated that, I guess. He says you're taking away creativity from the signer and can't do this and that. And it was like just one of those random Bruce stories. They're like, damn it, Bruce.
Okay.
Like, most celebrities like that because I think how often do you go up and they're like, where do you want me to sign?
Exactly.
And you're like, I don't give a shit. And they're like, God, and they spend like way too long trying to find a spot. A lot of people are like, right here, dog, this color paint pen, please, thank you. And I'm like, yes, thank you.
Yeah, I've seen like a big reunion happening at a con that doesn't normally happen. Guy comes in with a full poster and each is taped off with the name like, you're here, you're here, you're here, all written on, hey, you'll be here. You can't even see what fucking poster it is until everyone signed it.
Yeah. Which I think that's nice.
I respect that.
Yeah, you care about your stuff, dude. Honestly, in today's world of horror conventions, when someone is paying out their ass to meet you, because the prices have gotten insane, if someone's paying out their ass to meet you, shut up and sign where they want you to sign. All right?
Like... Because then you have a poster, 11 by 17 poster, and Ari Lehman's signature takes up half of it.
Right. Warrington Gillette's famous for doing that too, just signing too big. So you just kind of like help them out a little bit. I don't think that's being disrespectful to a celebrity.
I don't see that at all.
Yeah. Like, yeah. People pay a lot of goddamn money. You're paying the tickets to get in, you're paying to park, you're paying for travel, and then like I don't know how much Bruce charges these days, but like Robert Englund, for example, this coming weekend in Niagara Falls, Robert Englund's $200, and that's starting. And hey, hell of a career, brother. Like he's as A-list as horror gets. You want to charge that much, people are gonna pay it. But when people do pay it, sign the thing the way they want it to be signed. And this, I also, a lot of people have been intentionally avoiding resellers where they will only personalize stuff. I never get stuff personalized, but it's so that when I die, my family who doesn't give a shit about horror can sell it.
Shannon Elizabeth, she only personalizes.
Yeah. And I think Bruce does that a lot now too, but
he's only personalizing.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it, but it takes up more room. I have an 11x17 poster. I don't want my name 20 times on it, taking up room.
That's true. Yeah. I will probably never resell my stuff. I won't. But when I die, I want someone to have the opportunity to get the most money they could possibly get out of those items. Because anything that says to Riley is not going to sell very well.
Yeah, when you die, I'm taking your I Know poster. We both know that I'm dying first. We both know I'm going first, brother.
You never know. Life is a crazy thing.
Tony said that Tony Todd said that in Final Destination.
Yeah, yeah, sad.
Oh, really?
That's my stance on it. Like, dude, if I'm paying money for you to sign something and I want to go out and resell it, tough. Like,
that's the world, baby.
Who cares? You know, did I pay you for it? Did I pay you for the autograph? Then okay, let's move on. I think resellers and scalpers and things, I think they are kind of losers. All right. I think it is kind of lame. But if they paid for it, who cares? It's their shit. They want to fucking sell it. They're going to fucking sell it.
Well, yeah, it's like I'm going into the Apple store buying an iPhone. There's a chip shortage. People aren't going to get an iPhone for a while. It's my opportunity to make some money.
Yeah, like scalpers. Yeah.
Robot scalpers are like online shopping scalpers. Fuck off.
Yeah, I don't like scalping in general. I understand why you do it.
I understand. If that's your gig, fuck you. Like there are so many people that are not scalpers, and resellers are different.
Yeah. Yes, they are.
Yeah. Full time, your job is to wake up at 5 a.m., sit on a website in a queue with your bot so that you can get the Taylor Swift ticket.
Yeah.
But this 13-year-old girl who loves Taylor Swift, 16-year-old girl that loves Taylor Swift, she can't go.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not going to afford it anyway because the prices are ridiculous anyway. But then the only way she can go is to pay triple.
Yeah, it's lame.
Yeah.
Supply and demand.
That is how the world works, unfortunately. Pokemon scalpers ruining it for kids, exactly.
Yep. It's another good example. What else was I going to say about this? Since I've been venting about this several times on streams lately. Well, with horror cons in general, they have gotten so mainstream now. Horror in general is just way more mainstream than it ever has been, except arguably like the 80s. I think Freddy Krueger was pretty goddamn mainstream. Like he was everywhere. But I think you're just seeing it be accepted at a mainstream level and more people coming in. And horror conventions used to be kind of small, laid back. You know, not too many celebrities would be interested in going even. Yeah. Like you don't get a lot of A-listers inside of horror conventions. That's changing quite a bit. Even like Mommy Barrera being there.
That's big.
Yeah, and, Bruce Campbell, Robert Englund, Jasmine Savoy Brown was there. And you're just getting kind of bigger names in there who you wouldn't normally expect to go to those shows. Mm-hmm. And as a result, man, they're being treated like Comic Cons. And, bro, the prices have gotten nuts. VIP tickets, photo ops have gotten nuts. And I tell you one thing that I hate is charging for selfies. I hate that so much. I don't know who started that trend, but man, do I hate it. It's almost everybody now.
Well, yeah, you get the autograph. You can stand in my line for an hour and pay me for an autograph. Or you can stand in my line for an hour and get just a selfie.
Just a selfie.
Or stand in my line for an hour and get both for $10 off.
Mm-hmm. I hate that, man. I don't know.
Some people don't even. I forget who it was. Someone at Days. It was like, there's no discount. It's on the price sheet. It's like 50 for a signature, like 25 for a selfie, and 75 for the combo. I'm like,
that's the exact price.
That's the exact price, bro.
Yeah, I don't know why that started being a thing. But at the same time, I also understand that kind of understand when people don't do selfies at all at their table. I don't know. It's weird.
Speeds you up, I guess. Speeds up.
Yeah, it depends on the lines. And I understand that they're also charging for selfies because they want to push photo ops more, but I just think those two things are so different. I don't know, man.
Yeah, exactly. Charging you to take a picture with your own phone for you.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Sell the picture of you and the celebrity that the next person behind you and the next person behind you is going to have the same exact background?
I think a lot of it is just to speed time up.
Probably. So yeah, a lot of these people are making about $30 in about 25 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. In my experience, though, even though those who charge the combo, it's a lot of that's coming from whoever,
their agents.
Yeah, their agent, whoever's representing them. That's kind of how their prices are set. But at the same time, I found that everybody that's doing those seems to be sweethearts. Like I've only had a handful of celebrity experiences where I'm like, all right, you hate being here, you just want the cash, we got it. Most people are very grateful to meet their fans like that. And yeah, it is a payday, but it should be a payday. You earned it, right?
Tell you what, Jensen Deggett, she gave me a hug for my picture with her.
Yeah, she did.
That was free. That was free.
Yeah.
I didn't pay for it.
Yeah,
free selfie with every.
Yeah,
autograph.
Honestly, I was thinking about it because I can only think. I was like, Lee Waddell, his combo was free. But I was thinking about, I'm like, yeah, Damian Maffei was free. Christina Klebe was free. Scott Taylor Compton was free. I don't think Daniel Harris is anymore. Yeah, I guess a lot of people lately. I mean, just with Ty West, he was free. Yeah, so there were a lot of people that still do it for free.
Yeah, Robert Englund does not do any selfies at all because you need to go buy the photo op.
Well, he's another one where I get it because, bro,
you got to speed up the process.
He talks and your ear off, which is awesome.
Yes,
it's super cool that he does that. But if you were to have the whole conversation with Robert and you add a photo to it, which by the way, some people, I might be changing my position on this because some people are so fucking bad at getting photos in. Like, dude, I'm quick. I remember I took a photo with Coolio. And I was quick. I'm like, all right, let's get real quick. Boom, photo done. I was satisfied. He's like, that was a shitty photo. Let's do it again. I'm like, let's wrap this up, man. Because some people like are so picky about photos. Take 100 of them. They can't get posed right. I'm like, dude, it's a fucking selfie. Take the photo. Get out of the way. You're the reason they're charging for this.
Also, making them stand up, sit back down, stand back up, sit back down.
Yeah.
I get it. A lot of these guys are older.
Yeah.
Guys and girls, they're older. Their knees don't work anymore.
All right, you convinced me. You can charge for photos. It's fine. You know what?
Whoa.
Can we stop charging so much? That's my new take.
Just throw an extra tenner in there or something.
Yeah, $10-$20, not doubling the price for a selfie.
Yeah.
That's my new take on it. All right. We all came to an agreement.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for agreeing. Thanks for your input. You don't know what our price. You don't want to know what our price is for a photo with us.
Yeah, it's pretty high.
Yeah,
Free.
It's yeah. Fun fact: only one of us charges for signatures and photos.
One of between me and you.
Yeah, only one of us, and you guys got to figure that out. You guys figure that out.
I got to figure it out. I don't even know who it is. I don't know which one it is.
It's like, oh, can I get a photo with you? How much? You're like, oh, it's free. I'm like, oh, actually, I charge. No. If you ever see us, please come say hi. Scream, slash, and cast at the top of your lungs.
Yeah, you could be like that one dude at the only time we've ever been recognized at a public location that's not a horror convention was at Universal. It was during Halloween Horror Nights. and we were going down escalators, and then someone was coming up. They're like, "I watch you guys all the time." We're like, "Oh man, who's here?" We're like, "Look, who's popular here?" And they're like, "Slash and Cass, I love you guys." I'm like, "Hey, no fucking way."
He was like, "Hey, I've seen you guys before. You guys are great. Thank you. Yeah, Slash and Cass. Hey, yeah, you're actually talking to us. Okay."
Yeah, that was a one and done situation. HorrorCons, it happens pretty often because it's a little bit more niche community.
Damn.
But when we charge for autographs, it's the price of the item, and usually that's not the case. We don't charge for autographs. We will sign anything for free. We will pay you. We will pay you for it.
Yeah.
Shut up, Dan. That was just jealousy.
He said Slash and Cass and Dan.
And Dan. Shifty.
Yeah.
Shifty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Kent.
Sure.
I will.
Don't think I won't do it.
Hashtag true.
Any other horror convention things you just hate now? You got any get off my lawn things you want to get out?
Not really related to the Days of the Dead Chicago is having their second show in November, right?
Yeah, which they've been putting together a pretty good list. They might freaking draw me back in. I can't believe it.
However, they're like, hey, here's your hotel discounted rooms.
Oh, yeah.
Click on it. There's no discount. The same hotel is an extra $150 a night.
Through their link?
Through their link.
I always thought that hotels could do that. Because, yeah, supply and demand, dude. The supply is low. The demand for Days of the Dead goers is high. Why not?
I'm like, maybe they don't have the discount link up yet.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep checking. If I find it cheaper, I'm just gonna rebook and then cancel the original.
Oh, did you already book?
I did get a room, yeah, for days.
I didn't. What about Flashback?
I have a room for Flashback.
I need to get one probably.
They keep checking.
Why don't we just get rooms together and split the cost? Why do you keep fucking us?
I told everyone to get rooms. Yeah, they have some in the Overflow Hotel, which is 3 miles away. But
3 miles.
But I mean, just go on late at night when it gets closer to the event. You might be able to scoop one.
Oh, Cody brought up Ice Nine Kills. Have you heard about this?
Yes, I have. I saw the photo they shared.
I like it. Actually, I was shocked. I was like, what the fuck? Why?
I don't know any context other than hee hee ha ha, make a joke AI photo.
So what happened is they shared an AI generated photo that was pushing a Memorial Day sale. So it was Freddie and Jason out barbecuing. I did not see that.
Yeah,
that's how it started.
Okay.
So they did that, and they got called out for it. And like, look at this AI trash. And then they responded.
I saw the response.
Yeah, they responded with like a statement in a photo, and it was like, we just wanted to apologize. We're going to get to the bottom of this. Sorry to all our Redditors or whatever. And then here's a new photo we just took just now. And it's another AI generated photo, and just kind of being dicks and just mocking the people that are upset about that. And I honestly, sharing, I think, especially a brand, I think a brand using AI in general for photos like that and using it, especially they're pushing merch sales with it. I think that's kind of lame. I don't think it's that big of a deal. It's not the end of the world. Like, I'm going to freak out and cancel them over it.
It's annoying.
It's just, God, it's just lame. It's just fucking lame. Like, you couldn't do anything else. Yeah. AI art, if you don't think it's affecting artists, you're fucking wrong. As somebody who worked in graphic design and had a boss who loved AI, I now don't have a job. Do the things coincide each other? I don't know. But it fucking sucks, okay? So I don't like when people blindly defend AI and act like it's innocent. It's not. I think people overreact sometimes. I don't really think that merch photo was that big of a deal.
I'm just tired of seeing, you know how every third scroll on social media is an ad? Yeah. Well, every second scroll is fucking an AI photo of something or an AI generated video.
Yeah, AI's everywhere, man.
And then the next one's an ad, which is usually AI anyway. I'm tired of seeing it.
AI
everywhere.
is a great tool.
For sure.
And it's a tool that actually can be used well by artists. I don't think it's that big of a deal to a degree. But when you're just blindly posting AI shit, especially as a brand and you're making profit off it, I think that's just shouldn't be cool,
Correct.
right? And I don't think it would have been. I don't think people would have cared. But I just think Iceland Killer's response was like, haha, troll. I'm gonna troll you guys further. We don't care. LOL. I just think that's lame.
Yeah.
Thought that was super lame. And then what made it even worse, man, which was even just more, because then, okay, that's just a social media manager being a douche, whatever. Spencer goes and he tweets, and he says, LOL is all I'll say. Our real fans get our sense of humor. I'm like, so I'm not a real fan now because I'm bothered by your AI photos. I haven't been following you guys for like 9 fucking years.
I didn't see that. That's,
yeah. So now I'm not a real fan now.
That's a bad look.
It's the response. It was the petty fucking response and not taking any accountability that I didn't like. Them posting the little dumb AI photo for a merch sale. By the way, merch that's made all by artists. The real artist made all the merch. So that it's really not as that big of a deal. Just not taking any accountability and just being dicks to your fans and calling us fake fans as a result of your response. I don't like that.
Yeah, that's tough. That's real tough.
Yeah. Can't believe I can't listen to Iceland Kills anymore. No, I'm not a part of the cancel culture life. I just didn't like that fucking response. Any accountability would have been sweet there.
Yeah, that ain't it, Chief. That ain't it. I'm tired of seeing AI everywhere I go. I see movie clips with fucking AI in the background. I'm like, who the fuck is making this? Who the fuck is watching this? AI's making it.
Well, there are a lot of movies are taking advantage of AI for like what just did last year. What shit?
Megan.
No, not the Jesus Christ. Why am I zoning out the movie? With the late night show, Late Night with the Devil. Late Night with the Devil.
Yep.
Late Night with the Devil. They used AI for some of the background assets or assets for the show itself. It was reworked AI, I believe, but it was AI nonetheless, and they got clapped on pretty hard for that. I think the way they used it's a little bit more more respectful. If you use AI as a tool and it's leading you in the right way for design or helping you adjust assets, I think that's fine. I think we were already doing that way before AI took over the world.
Right.
But yeah, when you just kind of like make this for me and don't make any adjustments.
Make this for me so I can put it on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
And sell it for me.
And now an artist just lost a job opportunity. It's kind of that. It sucks.
Yeah. Little side note, back to AI. When James Earl Jones died, or dying, he's old. He was old. He sold his voice to an AI company to give them permission to use his voice so that his estate can make a fuck ton of money. Okay? He gave it to Disney. He gave it to everywhere.
Yeah.
I forget exactly what it was, but someone used his voice, the AI voice.
Yeah.
And someone was suing or people were fucking outraged. And his estate's like, he literally gave them permission to. He gave us permission to use his voice for AI. He went to the booth and recorded more stuff for this AI voice. People are like, honestly, we need to kill this whole family. They're selling out James. Like,
it's what he wanted.
It's what he wanted.
Yeah.
Fortnite. That's what it was.
Interesting.
Fortnite.
It's just a weird world we live in.
Whatever.
I think if
I'm gonna buy it.
I think it's just using AI responsibly. You know, don't just get rid of artists. Don't just completely eliminate an industry. And up to this point, AI is just not better than artists. Just hasn't been, and you certainly don't get as much creativity. There's a reason you can see AI and spot it. It's just not there.
You know, Quebblecop.
Yes.
Even like he's like, this is the most advanced AI on the market. You probably didn't even know that this was fake. I'm like, bro, look at your eye. Your eye's going.
Yeah. It's getting there. Don't get me wrong. It's getting there. Especially,
For sure.
I think it's crazy what some of the videos are doing and using it within FX. Yeah, it's getting pretty wild, man. But
I'm just tired.
Just kind of sucks.
I'm just tired of AI. I'm tired of AI slop.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm getting every second Facebook post scroll.
Yeah. You know, just recently just to keep talking, because again, I'm somebody who doesn't like AI being used with brands and pushing sales and especially being used like make merch and things like that. What I think people went nuts recently about those horror Mount Rushmores, and yeah, dude, they do look like shit. They look like AI slop, but it's like it's random people on the internet just like throwing out Mount Rushmore pics. Like, if I would have drawn that with a pencil and slopped it on there, would that have been better? Like, I don't really give a shit if it's not a brand abusing it for marketing purposes or sales and things like that. If it's somebody just looking, I mean, yes, they're using it for engagement on social media, but who really cares? If they're just using it to like share an opinion and like with like their Mount Rushmore things, I never really thought that was a big deal.
Yeah, I was just annoyed.
I wouldn't do it.
I was just annoyed. I'm like, oh yeah,
they were everywhere.
I'm like, oh, finally, not a fucking Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, they were everywhere. I thought people went a little nuts on that, but yeah. As long as you don't use it irresponsibly, I don't really think it's all that big of a deal. But I think when you get called out for it, the response shouldn't be, here's another one.
That happened with someone else.
You're a fake fan.
That's someone else that I'm not going to name. That happened last week, didn't it?
No, it was a couple. I know what you're talking about. That was a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
It was actually eerily similar. I'm like, oh my God, who runs this account?
Yeah. Literally never going to name that person or entity. Killer Clowns.
From outer space.
Comma. Moving on to the next thing. Killer Clowns. It was not.
Well, Frank was in jail. He's no longer in jail. He's no longer in deluxe edition jail, huh?
Look at him.
God, he's so handsome.
So handsome. Look, they finally can celebrate the party, the 1 year anniversary. It's not Gun.
What about Gun? Oh no,
no.
Oh, you're the entity.
The person or entity.
You know, it might be Gun. I don't know.
I can neither confirm nor deny. Honestly, no one will guess it. Not a single fucking person in this chat would ever be able to guess it. Or him. Or her.
Or them.
Or the entity.
Use AI to make a thumbnail for my rank list, but I made no money on that video. Well, again, that AI, I feel like if you just said AI make this thumbnail and threw it up there, I don't know. It's a very weird place that we're going to have to figure out what's okay and what's not okay. But if you take like an AI inspiration and turn that into a thumbnail, I think that is what a lot of artists are doing anyway. I don't know.
So
I tried to use AI for certain things, and I've always hated the result for thumbnails. I'm like, you know what? I don't care anymore. I'm done.
So my aunt and uncle in Iowa, my uncle's brother is severely disabled, and he's homebound. Can't move. I think I deleted it. But he needed to get a procedure, and he needed an ID. Well, he hasn't been outside of the house in years. They're like, hey, you can mail in since you are certified disabled. We need a picture of you with a blank background. And the nurses, English is not their first language. They didn't understand. So there's like quilts in the background and this chair and whatever. So my dad's like, can you do this? Can you get a single background? I'm like, yeah, I literally searched like AI background change.
Oh, yeah.
And just said, they're like, can you make it a light blue? I'm like, light blue. Done. Sent it over. They sent it right there. They're like, oh, that's like spot on with the color of our background at the DMV. I'm like, yep.
It's too easy.
Sure is. So I'm an AI user. What can I say?
Yeah, if that was me, I would have taken all the time to cut it out in Photoshop. Use the magic selection tool. The thing, it's funny because how there's generative AI built into Photoshop. I used it for a project that was a licensed project. I used generative fill to do that.
Again, it's
you would never even know.
It's a tool.
It's a tool. It's once you use it as a tool, it's great. But when you abuse it and it's just AI slop,
it
it's
knows
different.
what you want to do, and it does it for you so you can save time. When it comes to like aspects like that, it's fine.
Yeah.
But not generate this for me so I can make money now.
This is where I'm telling you, we're gonna have to like define in the future, the very near future, we're just define what's okay and what's not okay. Because generative fill in Photoshop and in After Effects, if you're replacing a background there too, that's AI. So when is it okay? When is it not okay? We'll have to
either all of it's okay or none of it's okay. Chase should be in charge of thumbnails from now on. That is true.
Yeah, that's all. I had to. Well, what I had to do one time, I had to replace this was for a video and for photos. I had to replace posters in a background. There were licensed posters that I had to remove for a certain project. I've actually talked about this on member streams before, and I've shown exactly how I did it. And if I didn't have generative fill to help with that, oh my god,
you'd still be doing it.
I'd still be doing it.
You still have a job,
but that I still have a job. Yeah, that project, I had to go frame by frame and work my fucking ass off for that project. But I had to use AI for generative fill to make that happen. So yeah, there's a way where it's very useful and very clutch, and I wouldn't say that's abusing the system. Why are we still talking about this? Who the fuck do we care? We're just fucking...
And another thing.
We're just gamers. We're just gamers. What's our opinion? Moral of the story, I didn't like Ice Nine Killer's response. It wasn't necessarily their abuse of AI. I just thought it was kind of shitty how they didn't give a fuck.
They make music about horror movies. That's why we're here. It's funny
because Spencer made a skit where they made fun of AI. It was just weird to me that it's like, oh yeah, you're actually just a fake fan if you're fighting us right now. Like, no. That's no, sir. I'm just saying, be careful. Be careful with how you use AI, dog.
Big Grok guy.
Grok's actually kind of nice.
I've never used Grok. However, I do love when people try to gaslight Grok.
Yeah, I've never replied. I never tagged Grok myself, but it is very informative underneath certain tweets. And
you
whatnot.
Ever tagged Gork?
No.
Gork?
I
it's just some guy that replies. It was just like, Gork, what does this mean? He's like, I don't fucking know.
I wish Chase was the thumbnail guy.
I'm the guy.
Yeah.
I wish Chase was right here. But he's not, is he?
We could have him call in right there. Get him on the Zoom.
Let's use AI to generate him here.
Yeah.
Or here.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Hey, Nick, where'd you get the hat?
I got it. It was a gift. It looks like a gift.
Yeah. I got that for Nick for Christmas, but I can't. Cavity Colors? Cavity Colors might have had that hat.
I'm not taking it off to check the tag. It's bait. Just see my bald head. No.
I can't remember. I don't know if that's working for
Fright
you.
rags.
Fright rags. There you go.
And just like that, you didn't see a thing.
I saw enough.
You didn't see a thing.
I should have went to the full cam.
No. Fright rags. I do need more hats. More horror hats. I thought Chase was a bot. He is. He's our AI chatbot. Which we just... Hold on. AI chatbots get a bad rap. It's not for sexual favors. It's not a relationship bot. Chase is not our relationship AI companion. He's our AI companion friend.
Yes. Yeah, what does Chase do? What does anybody do?
Is he just the sexy one of the trio?
Correct. You didn't have to say it.
Yeah, you're right.
So apparently Frightmare sold 500 VIP tickets, which is a ton. Bruce only limited himself to 350 autographs, not people, and he signed 3 max per person. So in theory, you could have 110, 120 people go up there and he'd be done.
That's crazy.
Damn. He didn't limit himself when we worked with him.
I thought he was.
He was limited by time, not by person. So we ran. Oh no, wait.
No,
We had the tickets. We
did have a cap. And honestly, which one was it? Bruce that we ran right up to the time.
Yeah, I think so.
It was like you have 5 minutes left, and there's like this many people, and we got down, and it was like, all right, we're done.
I think he stayed and finished though. I think that was somebody stayed and finished. The people that were in line.
Maybe it was Sean Cunningham. No, he was done early.
Yeah, you think so?
I think so.
I think Tom was done early.
Tom was done early.
Yeah,
and he was talking to the last couple people forever.
Yeah,
good experience.
It's funny that Sean Cunningham gets a lot of hate right now, which in the situation that he's in, it's kind of like expected. But talking to him, because he's 82 at the time, just talking to a sweet old man.
He was very nice.
Yeah, he was. It was like, oh,
like we were kind of scared.
Yeah, I was like, wow, what if he hates us?
But
we've made so many lawsuit videos.
But also not even that. Just like we're young, he's old, experienced. He's the guy.
Yeah, and technically, we had to guide him through things. So
yeah.
It's like if he just told us to fuck off. It's the same thing goes for Bruce. This is why sometimes I hear horror stories about Bruce, but every time I've worked with Bruce or met Bruce, it's been fine. And I had to interview Bruce at Comic-Con that year, and man, he could have so easily been a prick.
Yeah.
Because we're nobodies. He had no idea who we were. And he was insanely nice and super cool and treated us with respect and gave us certain quotes that we probably didn't deserve.
Yep.
Sometimes he seems like the coolest guy ever, and sometimes he's like, it's like he has an image to protect. Like he wants people to think he's a dick all the time. And he like kind of pushes that vibe sometimes. Right. And then you talk to him privately, and he's like the nicest guy ever. It's weird.
Yeah, Sean Cunningham, super nice.
Yeah, Sean Cunningham doesn't really go outside too much.
No.
So,
I mean, would you?
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Little side note, my parents were out of town this weekend. They went to Iowa to go get our camper at my grandma's. And my grandma was like, make sure when I'm 90 that I'm dead. I do not. 90, when I turn 90, have my 90th birthday, and somehow get me to die.
Okay.
My dad's like, cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
She also said some things that I cannot even say or pretend that they're a joke on here.
All right.
Not racist.
Whoa. No assumptions.
No, it's just funny, weird shit. Weird, funny shit. My grandma. She might be watching. She's not watching.
Well, hey, Dirk.
Is that Dirk the caster?
No, it's Dirk the goalkeeper GoPro videos.
I don't know who that is. Actually, I do, because they come up in my shorts feed all the time.
Same. Well, I get them on TikTok.
I get them on shorts.
I don't open TikTok too much anymore right now, though. But oh yeah, the same does go with Tom Savini. You hear horror stories about him too, but every time I've met him, he's been cool. One time he seemed a little grumpy when I first met him in Texas Frightmare, but he was still cool, and we got a good photo, and that was it. But I've interviewed him like 6 times now. Always cool as shit. I tell everybody the same thing. If you meet Tom Savini, start the icebreaker is to bring up weightlifting. He's a big weightlifter, man. Just bring up weightlifting, break the ice, all right, and you're good to go. Easy peasy.
There was one thing I saw, one convention where they're like, everyone was posting on their Facebook group like, Tom Savini in a bad mood today. He was really mean. And a lot of people were like, that weren't at the convention were like, sometimes people have a bad day. Da, da, da. And everyone who was actually at the convention was like, yeah, he was a fucking asshole to me today. I'm like, oh, Tom's having a bad day.
People are people. Like your celebrities are people too. They have bad days. I think some people have a little bad days too often. But and Tom is one of those, you know. But even like when we were on the plane with him,
Yeah.
it was super cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've just never had a bad experience with him. But I think if you are someone who may struggle socially, like you have social anxiety, and you say the wrong thing to him, he gets on you real fast. And he's like,
Yeah.
So I think that's probably where that comes from. I'm not saying like you're wrong, Tom's right. I just think he's quick to snap on somebody if the conversation is awkward, you know, or something like that. Yeah, he seems like a neutral guy. Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
What was the movie previews when saw Final Destination? What did we see?
What's the new horror movie coming out that looks like it make me crap myself? I don't even remember. Was there another A24 film being promoted?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Oh God, not Alec Baldwin.
I don't remember. Alec Baldwin had a bad day that day. He sure did.
He sure did.
That movie, did it not just come out?
Is it Rust?
Yeah, did it not just come out?
I don't know. Isn't Devin, dude? What is his last name? Ned's Classified.
Workeiser.
Devin Workeiser. Well,
Sure.
Devin Worcestershire sauce.
Yes.
Yeah. What's up, Lexicon?
Bring her back.
Who's the worst you've ever dealt with, celebrity wise? You know what? I have an answer. I'll tell you my answer. The worst experience I have that like bothered me for a long time was Malcolm McDowell. So we were going. This is one of our first conventions. It's the first convention that we went to after Slash and Cash became a thing.
Yep.
And we were trying to get like celebrity intros, which already in of itself is so goddamn annoying, and I know that they're great to have. But I know celebrities hate that. Like, oh, you got a little podcast, boy. Yeah, great. Another one. You know, another one. Here we go. So we were trying to get intros for that, and Malcolm McDowell agreed to do one, which was shocking, you know, itself. And he made my fucking now wife hold the microphone for him, which was funny. And it was, at the time, it was RJL Productions. He's like, yeah, you're watching, this is Malcolm McDowell, you're watching RJL Productions, and obviously if you're watching this, you have nothing better to do with your life, which is intentionally rude. And we took it on the chin really well. At the time, I went home and fucking cried. He's like, yeah, the root of the better, right? Never forget that. Root of the better,
right? Like, yeah.
Jokes on him, though. We still use that intro. We just spliced it with other celebrity intros. So
Yeah, it says Malcolm McDowell.
Yeah, you'll never know. He was a dick to us. But looking back now, I'm like, yeah, dude. He probably should have just said no. He probably should have just said no. Yeah, Skeet Ulrich had no problem saying no.
Yeah, Skeet Ulrich was like, he looks at his agent, looks at us, he's like, nah.
Yeah, it's fine.
We're like, oh, it's okay.
Yeah, but now I look back and it is pretty funny. And we still got a video out of it, so that was nice. It's a story to tell. And I don't blame him, because how many people are constantly asking for that? I might do it next comic. I'm going to go ask everybody for an intro. But now eventually you get numbers behind you, even though you can kind of bullshit our numbers. It's not like we're popular or anything, but it's like when you hear 110,000 subscribers, we can lean on that a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we have 30 million views, Malcolm. You want to do an intro now? It's like, then you go look at your most recent videos and it's got like 1,000 views.
Your most recent video, 10 out of 10. Ah, fuck.
Damn it. Yeah. So, but if you just exaggerate your numbers, don't lie about them. Just don't give them the details of the views you get now.
Right.
You know? Yeah. I'll have you know, we have six-figure subscribers, pal.
We have gotten tens of millions of views in a month. We have gotten that. Once.
One time.
You know this little game called F13 the Game? We play that. You ever heard of F13 the Game? Then you know us.
Yeah, sure, pal.
Because we play the game. Oh, you guys make the game?
No.
Not at all.
No.
We play it.
We played it a couple times.
Yeah.
I try that even now. anytime I don't do interview requests anymore. It's been a long, long time. But if I were to like send an email, it's like, yeah, 109,000 subscribers, 30, I don't even know how many views we have now, 30 plus million views, and it never works. It still doesn't work. God, how does Kyle get so many fucking interviews?
For real.
How's he do it? I'm going to copy and paste whatever he sends to people, and I'm going to send it to him. Whatever he's doing to get interviews, we need to steal the formula. I've tried it all. You know, it was one of my most successful steps or successful formulas for getting interviews was actually doing the pay to message on Cameo. That worked for a little bit. Although I have also gotten some rude responses on there. I can't remember who it was. Somebody dogged on us really bad one time in Cameo. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I don't remember who it was either, but I remember that.
I think I remember who it was. I'm not going to say it, though. I don't want them to get beat. Because, again, I also understand that is annoying. But I also paid $5 to message you son of a bitch.
It was Shoe Nice. No, Shoe Nice would have done it. Shoe Nice would do anything you pay him for.
Yeah. So that's probably, to answer your question, that's probably the worst celebrity experience I've had. I really haven't had too many bad ones.
No.
I know when to walk away. You know?
Honestly, no. Like, it's always been pretty chill. We usually catch people in good moods.
It helps that I'm pretty, I don't want to toot my own horn. I'm pretty good at talking. I'm pretty good at making up conversations. You know how many interviews we've done where we go in completely unprepared, no questions written down? I'm pretty good at bullshitting is what I'm saying. So I can often break ice pretty quickly and find a way to engage. And then also, because we're like real fans, I often know what those people like. That's how I get Tom every time. I know Tom loves weightlifting, so I just break the ice with him weightlifting every time. And he forgets that I've interviewed him 20 times and that I started the conversation the exact same every time, but it works. And you just find what people are interested in. You start there. Show people like when you give a shit. If you show you give a shit, they tend to want to talk to you.
Hi, Tom. What's your favorite color? That's my favorite color too, Tom.
If you know a single why do you think Sean Evans interviews are so good and why he gets such good feedback with celebrities?
He's from Illinois.
Because he does his research, man. He puts shit in front of you that is interesting to you, and it makes it easier to talk.
He's from Illinois, though.
Yes, he is. Schaumburg?
Naperville.
Oh.
No.
I thought he was from Schaumburg.
No.
The Nardwuar style. Exactly, man. If you put something in front of people that they know you have to know your shit to discuss, then they're more willing to talk to you.
Evanston.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Who's the one person you'd love to interview above all else?
Freddie Prinze Jr.
Interview or hot tub time?
Oh, yeah.
Because the answer's the same. It's Freddie Prinze.
I say Freddie Prinze Jr. because I mean, just a big fan, right? But Freddie, one, I don't think gets enough love, and he should. But he loves horror movies. He loves wrestling. He's a big gaming nerd. I mean, he's the exact guy that I could sit and talk to for a long time, and I love him. So, yeah, he's perfect. He's the perfect man. He's a fine wine. So he would be super fun to talk to. But, yeah, I mean, Matthew Lillard, obviously, would love to talk with him. I've actually had some great conversation with him. He just won't let me do it on camera.
Can I have an interview with Melissa Barrera, please? Melissa, I loved you.
That's one I actually don't know if I would particularly... Not that I wouldn't enjoy it. Like, that'd be super cool, but...
Can we...
So how's it like being fired, man?
All right, this is the part of the interview. The interview just started. This is the part of the interview where we recreate scenes that you were in. Let's recreate some scenes in Vita.
Vita?
You're going to sit here and tell me that I'm wrong.
Vita, huh?
Yes.
So, Freddie, I brought this wife beater.
And I have my iPod here. It has one song. It only has one song on it. I'm going to need you to press play and walk over here.
Dude, if Freddie's cool, then I bet we could get him to film a funny intro if we got to do an interview with him, which won't fucking happen.
Never. But I tell you what, if he ever goes to Southport for a I Know reunion or anniversary thing, we gotta go.
Oh yeah,
VIP,
Airbnb
on a boat.
Just start your interview with Missile Barrera as like, so as a mutual unemployed. Gosh. Who else would you want to interview? Robert Englund would be fun, obviously. People that are good at telling stories are the fun ones. So, I mean, Robert Englund's one of those.
Yeah. Honestly, I would really want to interview Mason Gooding.
Yes.
Because he is a horror fan as well.
Yes.
I remember last year, or 2 years ago, when we were watching all of those Scream 6 press tour stuff.
Yeah.
Like, watched every single one.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was fun to see.
The ones that don't ask the same dumb questions and they're playing games and things like that.
What's her face? Perry.
Yeah, who actually like knows
horror
shit. Yeah.
and film. Yeah.
Yeah, those are way more fun. That's actually one of the reasons if you're going to interview like Freddie Prinze Jr. or something like that, I'd want to interview him. I'll take anything, but I want to interview him outside of a market run of a marketing tour because they want you to push the film. They want you to ask those questions.
Right.
And rightfully so, but that's not as fun. Yeah, Jennifer Love Hewitt would be great. Ryan Merriman's also at the top of my list.
I'd love to talk to J Love.
I like the more they're like popular, but they're still niche.
Underappreciated.
Frankie Muniz.
I mean, J Love is very popular.
Yeah.
911.
But Ryan Merriman's like a perfect example. Someone who's in a ton of things I loved growing up, but at the same time is like not an A-lister, I guess.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Matt Lillard used to be that name. Now he's freaking the guy.
He's the guy.
He's
Josh
everywhere.
Hartnett.
I would do anything.
He's too popular.
That's another one I would do anything.
Too popular.
He seems like he hates interviews. Like even when he's doing documentary interviews, he still looks like he hates his life.
Yeah.
So I don't know. How do you break the ice with Josh?
I like your hair.
Yep.
I like your hair.
Oh, Steve Austin would be great too. That's another one.
Hell yeah.
That'd be cool as hell to do. I don't think he likes horror movies very much. I want to critique his weightlifting program.
That means we have to interview Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, Damian Priest.
As a fat, out of shape guy, and Stone Cold being a jacked, in shape guy who's 30 years older than me, 40 years older than me, I would like to critique his weightlifting program.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get how he's so shredded, man. There's stuff he's not showing because he does a lot of band stuff. How you get such big biceps with bands, man? What are you doing?
Oh, hell yeah.
His home gym is also as bare minimum as it gets.
He's goated.
Yeah, it's steroids.
What?
What do you mean? Obviously he's on gear, but like you don't just. I mean, actually, studies show that if you do take gear, you will get muscle without actually lifting, but not Stone Cold muscle. All right.
Yeah. Punk. We can interview CM Punk. Just a quick drive.
He scares me.
Yeah. Phil.
I
don't want to interview CM Punk. I want to interview Phil Brooks.
I mean, he's a Chicago boy. You know, the Illinois boys. I messaged him during I was drunk.
New Year's.
To be fair. During the New Year's stream when F-13 was dying, I messaged him during that because I knew he was playing. He didn't message me back.
Left John delivered.
Yeah, he didn't even open
it. Left John requested. Message request.
I thought we were boys, dude. He seems super cool, but also I feel like he could quickly turn and make me look stupid.
Make you fear for your life.
Well, there's one thing I know. If he wants to try to fight, I'm not too scared of him.
I am already fearing for my life.
He may be good at wrestling in the squared circle, but the octagon's a different story, isn't it? Poor fella. Although, to be fair, in Punk's defense, he should have been up a weight class. He cut way too far down.
Yeah.
Because he walks around right now like, what, 230, 240? At least 220. And then he cut down to 160 for UFC. He got gypped. Also, throwing him into UFC to start his MMA career.
It was a conspiracy.
I understand that Dana White wanted another Brock Lesnar, but not all humans are built the same.
Except for Brock and Brock's daughter.
They are built the same.
They're cloned.
Imagine having such a hot mom and then you just look exactly like your dad. Damn it.
Yeah.
I bet you a lot of those college boys are terrified of her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah, who else is he going to put him against in his first UFC fight? They're all pros. That's the problem. That's why he should have started in amateur.
CM Punk.
Give him a warm-up fight.
CM Punk versus Logan Paul, UFC.
Even Brock Lesnar got an amateur fight first. He got a warm-up fight, and then he went to the UFC. Same with all these guys that it makes sense that they're good at fighting. Dave Bautista, Bobby Lashley, all of them went amateur first. And then Punk, we're going to start him in the UFC. Well, they may be literally amateur skills, but they're not amateurs. Like, if you're signed UFC, you are by definition a professional fighter.
Well, yeah.
Except for what's the word I'm looking for? Those one guys. The one guys. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh.
You know the other guys. You know the one guys.
Oh.
I can't. I'm thinking of. I can only think of the WWE name. Like, what's the tough enough equivalent in UFC?
Dana White.
Contender Series.
Contender Series.
Yes, those guys are technically amateurs, but they're, that's a good place for him to start in the Contender Series.
Brock Lesnar. He's 47.
Yeah, that's a lawnmower.
Who the fuck is mowing? It's Monday.
It's Memorial Day.
It's Memorial Day.
Go drink a beer. What's up, Brian? Lesnar versus Frank Mir 2 might be my favorite fight of all time.
Brock Lesnar's daughter is not Sable's.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But how old is she? That math ain't mathin'.
She's 23.
How long?
And Brock is 47.
Yeah, but how long has he been with Sable? A long time.
They got married in 2006.
Oh, really?
And she was born in 2002.
2002? It was a 2002 Lesnar?
2002
You've seen
Lesnar.
2002 Lesnar?
I'm surprised he could procreate.
Oh, yeah. Which update for Killer Clowns from Outer Space? Are we talking about Frank? We talked about Frank a little bit when it dropped.
Frank?
Yeah, you can get him outside of the deluxe edition. Hell yeah. We did talk about Prom Queen.
Prom Queen.
We did. Yeah, actually, at this point, we're just bullshitting. I'm just wasting time. I'm just passing the time for it because technically I got about 6 minutes.
Maya Lynn Lesnar. Personal best, shot put, 19.6 meters.
I'll be there right now.
Hammer, 63.5 meters.
It's really upsetting that her personal best is better than my personal best.
Discus, 53.62 meters. Weight throw, 22.06 meters.
Mine's better. Yeah! Yeah! I'm better than a Lesnar, baby! I broke my first weight throw. This is a true story. But I'm going to sound cool at first, and then I'm going to shit in myself. Give me a second. The first time I threw, not weight throw, but hammer throw, the first hammer throw I ever did in college, I broke my school record, but it was practice. I never got fucking close in competition.
You peaked?
I peaked. My best weight throw is 25 meters. We got her.
Never tried.
I think it was 25. I don't know. I didn't really give a shit. I only did track for, I don't know, whatever. And most of the stuff I did out of conference. So I was awful at track. I was good at practice, and then you show up to the event, the spotlight's on you. I panicked, man.
Choked.
I was awful. I hit my full potential in practice. Yeah. 22, by the way, 22 meters weight throw is pretty goddamn impressive.
That's like 300 feet.
300 feet, dude. How did she do that? What's the college record for weight throw?
For women, it's her.
Oh no, okay. I got my shit mixed up because I definitely did not throw 25. That can't be right. Maybe she is better than me. Hold on.
She's goated.
I got my stats here.
She goated.
No, I'm definitely wrong. There's no way. I'm trash. Mine was like 18. So she's through 22. She's crazy.
That's crazy.
I'm wrong. What's the hammer record, though? Yeah. Yep. Those are the numbers. Imagine throwing a ball on a chain. Not a chain, it's a wire, but 86 meters. That's crazy work.
I can't imagine it.
Moral of the story, she's better than me at everything. She'd probably run faster, too, I would assume.
Probably.
She's by far, she's like throws triple the distance I couldn't shot put. I was doo-doo at shot put.
Maya Lesnar, American athlete. How can I see her stats? Colorado State. She's from Minnesota.
What was her best shot put again? What did you say it was?
Well, I don't know. I have to go to Wikipedia. Shot put, 19.6.
And that's with did they use an 8-pound shot in college or no?
For women?
Or 12? Yeah, 12.
I don't know.
It's 16 for men.
It might be less for women. I'm not
Why the fuck are we talking about this?
Wait, I'm trying to find her fucking shuttle run.
I think my best shot was like 15, so I was trash.
Daughter to Brock Lesnar and Nicole Bjerk.
You know what else I couldn't do in track? I tried so hard. Javelin. You would think, grew up playing baseball as a catcher, too. I thought that helped me even more, throwing from the ear. Couldn't do it, man. I could not get that thing to fly. I tried so much.
All she does is post pictures of her in Colorado at events. That's all she does.
Well, that's literally all she does. That's why she's a champion.
She's a 4-time state or national champion.
That's scary.
Yeah, picture her and Brock. Yeah, big guy. That is just fucking Brock Lesnar, dude.
Hold on. I think my stats. Yeah, here we go. My horrible competition stats, I think, are still
up.
Yeah. It says I have a discus throw. I didn't do discus.
You're goated.
I threw 23 meters in discus. You know how bad that is? I placed 35th. I was a pretty big deal. Shot put 9 meters. That ain't right. My weight throw at this is my first weight throw ever. It was 11.5 meters, my first time ever. I only placed 16th. Where's my hammer throw at? Look at this. So, private college championships, Riley Lorden, hammer throw, foul. I told you, I couldn't get it done in competition, man.
Foul.
I threw 3 straight fucking fouls, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm going back to football.
Foul.
I told you, I couldn't get it done, man. And literally the first time I ever threw one, I threw the distance of the school record, and I couldn't do it in competition. I kept panicking. That's hilarious. Oh, how about the 2016 Windy City Rumble weight throw? Foul.
I love that that's still up. They're using server space.
Oh, for my fucking great stats,
For
man.
that.
Oh, my God. Too bad I can't look up my football stats. Those don't show. Yeah, I was in track to stay in shape. It was something to do, and then I couldn't get it done in competition. Oh my God. I didn't think they were going to expose me like that.
That's hilarious.
Oh, that was my freshman year, to be fair. All of those are my freshman year. That's hilarious, though. Oh, apparently I have a hammer throw of 30 meters somewhere. I don't know when the hell I threw that.
Hey.
That's 100 feet. It's actually, I hit specifically 99 feet and 9 inches. I don't know when. I don't recall ever throwing one in bounds in the competition. I don't know when that happened. I really don't recall doing that. Foul. Oh, okay. Wow. Didn't think I was gonna have to embarrass myself today. One time, just keep this going. One time, but the first time I threw a hammer in competition, and this is why I was cursed. I was just like scared to throw for the rest of the time. The first time I threw a hammer in competition, I slipped, ate shit. I threw the hammer into the cage, and I came down and just butchered my leg. Like, just skid the shit out of it. And that the one where it said I fouled out, that was the one. I hurt my leg, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore, man. That really hurt. So, yeah.
Wow.
Moral of the story, I wasn't all that good at track. And Brock Lesnar's daughter could kick my ass.
Yeah. I was on the swim team. I was the only non-freshman or sophomore on JV. I was a junior on JV.
Congratulations.
I swam.
That's weird. Why would they do that to you? Why they gotta embarrass you like that?
I didn't give a shit. I showed up to practice. I was just the same shape. I showed up to practice.
Yeah.
And if there was a home meet and I was swimming, our coach, Pat, would be like, "You want to swim today? You want to do the fucking 100 freestyle?
100 free?
Or the 50 free?" I'm like,
50 free tops. That's all we
I'm
do.
like, I'd be like, I'd look at the people and be like, "Yeah, sure." Or,
the people you're going against?
yeah. Yeah.
Were you looking for a fat guy?
Yeah. I was.
Anyone chubby over there?
Or, well, any nerd looking.
Yeah.
I'd look and be like,
Nerd looking this fucking.
Wouldn't you?
That's fucked up.
But yeah, I'd look and be like, nah. And any away meets. So it's funny. That year, for some reason, we only had 6 home meets. All the rest were away. I never fucking went. He's like, "You gonna show up for an away meet at all?" I'm like, "I don't know when they are." He's like, "Oh yeah, I should probably give you the list, huh?" He's like, "They were sitting here, before the season started." I'm like, "I didn't know that." He's like, "Are you gonna come to any?" I'm like, "Honestly,
no.
I'm like, "To do the 50 free or the 100 free, that's it? Nah, I don't want to waste my fucking afternoon."
I swam, quote unquote, competitively sophomore and junior year, and then senior year, I told Pat, like, I want to weightlift, like, I want to play college football, so I'm gonna keep in the gym. But if you want me, I'll show up when I can. And he was like, sure. I showed up to one practice. I came in. I broke a landline, first of all. So that was the first thing that happened. But then I had one practice. I was out of shape. It's hard to be in swim shape. And he's like, hey, I go up and talk to him like, hey, do you need me on the meet? Like, I've only had one practice. Do you need me at the meet? He's like, yeah, you're in 5 events. I'm like, 5 events? The fuck? Dude, he had me in like 2 relays. I was in the 500 free. I was in the 100 fly. And then I was in the 50 meter fly or 50 meter free. I'm like, I've been at 1 practice, dog. I was horrible.
So anyway, of those 6 meets, right? One of them, for some reason, all of us were just like, hey, can we ask if we can make this a half meet?
A half meet?
A half meet. And Pat's like, why? We're like, just cause. He's like, walks over to the other coach, walks over to the ref, whatever.
Yeah,
judge. And they're like, yeah, it's a half meet. So I'm like, I will do the 25 free. So we set the starting blocks on the other side, down by the diving board.
Oh, so you could finish on the plate.
So you finish on the plate. Yeah. He's like, it's 25. You don't get second.
Give it your get second.
I never got last.
Hey, good.
I got second to last lot.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I even got third to last. So he's like, don't get second to last. And I got second in the 25. That first 25, goated.
Yeah. Then the endurance kicks in.
After the flip turn, I'm like,
then the conditioning kicks in.
After that flip turn, you ain't got me no more.
Yeah. I remember the only event I was actually good at. Well, I was pretty good at the fly in relays. If I had to do 100 meter, the 100-meter relay. But if it's the 50-meter relay with fly, I was okay. But I would gas out hard if it was over 50 meters. Fly's hard. You imagine taking a body my size. I was obviously smaller in high school, but in kicking your whole body out of the water, shit sucked. Okay.
Yeah.
But I was good at the 500 free, for whatever reason. Could pace myself well. I have I have a 5th place medal for the 500 free in conference. I'm not going to answer that. That's my dad. But we should wrap up the stream for that reason. Okay. I'm so glad we had to talk about our college and high school sport experiences today. We got to talk shit about so many people. Just kidding. We were critical of some things. We're not talking shit. That's all I got. We got to talk about some horror news, etc. But that's pretty much it. I don't have anything else. I should be back tonight doing something. I don't know what. Maybe it'll be Dead by Daylight. Maybe it'll be TCM. Maybe it'll be Killer Clown. No, none of that.
I ain't gonna be there.
Unbelievable.
But then I'm off for like 6 days. After tomorrow, I'm off for like 5 or 6 days.
So there you go. So you'll be around.
Perhaps.
Well, that's it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and listening to our bullshit, and we'll see you in the next one. Deuces.